Hey peeps, so I'm at the pool with my peeps. It's really bright out. I was thinking about motherhood. I've been talking to a lot of mamas in all different seasons and stages, and I think that we get caught up in this idea of what it should be, and we guilt ourselves for not feeling a certain way, or make ourselves feel bad if we're not like sucking the marrow out of every moment, enjoying it, and having this like Pinterest life, and that's just not real. And so I wanted to encourage you that motherhood's seasons, all different seasons, and I think sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking that certain seasons should be easier than others, and when in reality they're all challenging and amazing and fantastic, and they're just beautiful and brutal all at the same time. So don't feel guilty and don't feel bad, and if you're struggling, it's okay. It's okay. But it's also important to know that you're not alone, and that if you're feeling alone, that you reach out to another mama friend or just talk to someone. It's okay. There's no shame in therapy or just being who you really are. Like, don't fake it. Don't fake it. I'm a big believer in faking it till you make it in a lot of areas, but with stuff like this, sometimes it's important to just embrace it and own it and share it, because maybe someone else needs to hear it. So I was thinking about, we had all of our kids. We waited a long time before we had kids, and then everyone was like 20 months apart, and that was the plan, and I wouldn't change it, but it was really hard, and I really struggled with our second. Our second was very spirited. She was my easiest pregnancy and birth, and she was the hardest, most willful little person, and she came out and it was hard, and I really struggled with postpartum depression. Like, I kind of wanted to kill myself. Like, I'll be honest, it was really bad. It was really bad, and we didn't have any family here, and we had her, and Marshall works shift. He was working shift work, and so he was on swing shift, and the second he would leave the house, she would start in, and she would cry and scream, and it was awful. And so I was crying, and I was stuffing my face with gingerbread biscotti because it was around Christmas, and it was so hard, and I had this not even 2-year-old. It was really hard, and I didn't know if we were going to make it. I didn't know if we were going to survive it, but we did, and things got easier. And I think back to her like infancy, and I feel like it was all crying and screaming. Like, that's what I remember. Me crying and screaming, her crying and screaming. There was so much crying and screaming. It was freaking hard, and it was lonely, and I was isolated. And so if that's where you're at, it gets better. It does. It gets better, and just find someone you can talk to. And if you don't have anyone you can talk to, then talk to your midwife or your OB. And if you need to get on some meds, that's okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Meds are amazing. So is exercise. So are essential oils. There's so many things, and you just need to experiment and find what works for you. So we survived it, and then we had a third, and he was awesome. I feel like my third knew he had to be easy, otherwise he'd be left behind. So you're the third, just hang out, all right? So he's easy and fun, and now everyone's older, and it's still hard, and that surprises me, and I miss those days of yoga pants and John and Kate reruns and lots of coffee, but this is a different season. So I'm trying to embrace it and enjoy it, because I know before I realize it, we'll be in a new season, and I will miss this season. So wherever you're at today is exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you are lonely and sad and isolated, and you feel like you're the only one dealing with it, it's okay to ask for help. It really is. And maybe that's just a girlfriend. Maybe it's just getting out of the house. But whatever it is, wherever you're at, it's okay. So that's my little talk for you today. Make your Sunday amazing, and don't buy into all that Pinterest bullshit, because life is messy and fabulous and hard and awesome, and I feel like I'm bipolar some days because I'm so happy, and then I'm so hard, I hate wine. It's okay. You're normal. You're gonna make it. It's all good.